Good morning. It's that time again. Best cup of the day, my hazelnut decaf coffee. And what am I going to do with this bakery from Christmas Eve? I can't freeze it. There's no room in my freezer. I gave most of it away, and this was what was left. I still have cupcakes and half a cake and Christmas cookies. Well, I'll deal with that later. In the meantime, so it's getting to be time to put the Christmas decorations away. How many of you still have your decorations up? And if you do, how long do you leave them up? Have you purged any this year? Have you bought any new things? Let us know in the comments below. So it's cold here in Ohio. There's a little dusting of snow. We haven't had much snow. I guess there's an El Nino this year. How's the weather in your neck of the woods? I don't like winter. Not my favorite. But this is where my family lives, so this is where I'll live. This is where my parents came, 60-some years ago. No, yeah, 60-some years ago. And this is where they planted us, and this is where I stay. So I'm going to be happy where I'm planted. All right, I'll be back later with some breakfast. All right, time for breakfast. I think it's day 20. Let's see what we have in the fridge. It's not looking too bad, is it? Compared to what it was. All right, let's see what we have here. All right, this is avocado that I did yesterday. It's starting to turn a little brown, but that's okay. It's still edible. I'll just scrape some of that off. And what do we have here? I still have a little bit of the bacon. I have 2 pieces. So I'll eat one of those. The other one I want to save for something else. Let's see. I'm going to finish these rolls, and I have 3 left in here. So I will have one of those. And then I still have a lot of bread and things from the freezer that defrosted. So I'll do something with that. If they get too dry, I'll make breadcrumbs or croutons. All right, so I think I have enough. And then I'll be back here again in a few hours to see what's for dinner. So I'll meet you at the stove. All right, breakfast day 20. Avocado, cheese, and bacon. Except not bacon. Bacon. All right, I'll be back later with another meal. All right, time for dinner. So let's see what we're having for dinner. Okay, I'm going to have this pasta. This was gnocchi with a blush sauce. It was good, but it really had a lot of sauce. So I'm going to cook some extra pasta for that. And I'm not going to have these. This is the meats that I have left over. I still have these onions, and I have onions here from green onions. I may freeze some of those. And these are some green beans that I had. And I think I'm going to put just a salad dressing on there, an Italian dressing. with some of those onions, and I have a little bit of this Gerard's dressing left that I want to use up. So I'm going to take some of these sliced green onions. So I'll have pasta and a green bean salad, and maybe I'll add some lettuce to it. I'm not sure yet. All right, so here is my meal for tonight. And it's the gnocchi with the blush sauce, and there was just way too much sauce. But that's a good thing for me. I'm just going to heat this up in the microwave. But there is more sauce that I'm going to just save for another meal. So that will be going into the fridge, and it was really delicious, but there was just too much sauce on the dish. And then I don't waste too much. So they had this really delicious garlic butter, and this was what was left. So I took that home too. So anyway, with the green beans, it's going to be very simple. And I'm just going to add some of these green onions, as much as little as you like. If you don't have green onions, add regular onions, whatever you like. And then I'm just going to add some of this Italian dressing. And that's a different way to eat green beans instead of eating them warm. You could warm them up with the dressing on it too if you prefer. Now I don't want them swimming in it. And there's still a little tiny bit left, which I'm not going to waste either. So I'm going to let this sit for a little bit, just to marry the flavors. And then I'm going to get some of the bread that I have in my refrigerator. And I'm going to put some of the garlic on there and maybe a little cheese, and I'm going to have garlic bread with it. So I'll be back in a little while when I get all this heated up and plated up, and that will be dinner day 20. Here is dinner day 20. I made garlic toast with the garlic butter that I brought home from the restaurant, and I had some Italian cheese that I put on it. Here's my bean salad, and here is the Asiago cheese gnocchi with the blush sauce. So another restaurant quality meal. And I have enough sauce for one more meal. So even though that was a $20 meal to begin with, it really isn't that expensive if you divide your meals in 2 or 3. Good morning. Welcome to day 21. 21 days of freezer, fridge, and pantry cooking. So today it's cold out again, and I want to do some purging and probably start putting my Christmas things away. All right, morning coffee. All right, let's go take a walk to my fridge for breakfast number 21. Let's see what we still have in here. Okay, we still have 2 rolls. I think I'll have one of those, eat those up. Let's see. Still have some homemade jelly, but I don't want that today. I see some things potentially for dinner. All right, we need to eat up this cheese. It's getting there, so that needs to be eaten up. And I think I will have an egg. I will have an egg and cheese sandwich. So that's what I'm having for breakfast today. Right, I'm using my little Nostalgia mini griddle to cook my egg, and I broke the yolk, but that's okay. It's on a sandwich. And I'm going to add some of the breakfast blend. Oop, that was a bit much, but that'll be fine. And then I found one last piece of tempeh bacon. I'm going to use that. And the breakfast blend on the egg. A couple pieces of the cheese. And I've got my roll going in the air fryer. Dinner day 21. Let's see what we can find for dinner. All right. Well, I ate all my leftovers. I do have this little bit of the blush sauce, but I just had pasta. I don't want to eat that today. So I think I'm going to go into my freezer. So let's see what we can find in there. All right. I have some leftovers in here. I don't feel like having more pasta, so that's my lasagna that I made for Christmas Eve. Still have a couple garlic bread. I think I'll have this bean, rice, and cheese burrito. Okay, I'm going to have that. Still lots of things in the freezer that I need to work on. So now that we have that as an idea, let's see what we can use in the fridge to go with it. All right, so I'll let that thaw. Green onions goes well with that. Let's see. Oh, I have this sour cream dip. That would go good with that. So I'll have that. And what else? I think I will have some shredded lettuce with that. And a few carrots. I'll shred those up. I have some avocados that need to be used up. So I think I have a lot of things that go well with a burrito. Let's see what's down here. Okay, I can put some celery in my salad. And also some peppers. So okay, that's our plan for dinner tonight. I'll meet you over at the stove and we'll put together dinner. Here is dinner day 21. A bean, rice, and cheese burrito with vegan sour cream, green onions, and avocado, and a mixed salad with iceberg lettuce, avocado, green onions, a pepper, carrot, and celery. So, cleaning out the fridge and the freezer. Another meal. Day 21. So I just lit one of my DIY candles, and it's a woodwick candle. The flame does settle down as it burns, but my other DIY candle that I started a few days ago is really growing. So when this one is just a little bit left, I'll melt it and put it back in here, and I'll have another recycled candle. So now I'm making my tea for this afternoon for our little chat. And it's early in the morning. I'm going to just put that in there. Turn on my warmer. And that'll be all ready for a cup of tea this afternoon. Breakfast day 22. Good morning, family. All right, let's see. Getting down to the nitty-gritty in the fridge. This is my grandson's. He had bought himself some lasagna. He had some left. And we'll dig out what we have. So nothing on this shelf other than my jelly. Not in the mood for jelly. I'm not a big fan of sweets in the morning. Once in a while I'll have pancakes or something, but it's not my first choice. I still have some meats here. I think I will have, I put this out a couple days ago. My walnut oatmeal, bean, and mushroom burger. So I'm going to have that. And I still have one roll, so I'll have that. And I'm going to put a little mayo must on it. I like this, it's good. I will rebuy this again once it's gone. I'm trying to pare down my condiments, so that I will rebuy. And let's see, I think I want some cheese on it. Still have to use that up. And there's more cheese here. So I'm thinking maybe down the road I'm going to make some macaroni and cheese. But I still have all this kind of dry bread and flat bread and a naan bread that I want to use up and do something with. So I'll probably make some croutons and breadcrumbs and things. So that's what I'm going to have for breakfast. I'll meet you over at the stove. Breakfast day 22. And I like to eat my little burger patty cold. And I've got the mayo must and the cheese. And that will be breakfast. Okay, I still have my Christmas things up. I'm just enjoying an evening with my Christmas things, which will be leaving pretty soon. But I do want to get an idea on what I did this year, because I have enough Christmas decorations that if I figure out exactly where I want to put them every year, then I want to document it. So, but it's time for dinner. So let's go take a look in my freezer. I'm going to turn this phone to the side. Hopefully this will work. Okay, so let's take a look in the freezer and refrigerator with what I'm going to have for dinner. Let there be light. Okay, let's take a look. Dinner day 22. All right, let's see. Nothing up here. That's my grandson's. All right. I have this sausage, and I have these green onions. I'm going to take those. And now let's see what's down here. All right. I have this naan bread, and I am going to make a naan pizza. So this was from the freezer, and it was frozen and got thawed, so I need to use that up. And let's see. I could use this for sauce, but I don't think I want to do that. Now let's see what else I'm going to have. All right, I still have some lettuce, so I'm going to have a little salad with it. And having actually a salad, a dressed salad on your pizza, if you have arugula or something like that, is really tasty. So I'm going to get some celery for my salad. And again, hello. Oh, hello. You guys want something out of the refrigerator too, I'm sure. All right, so I'm going to get some peppers and let's see, what else do we have? I have a little bit of this avocado yet. I can put that on my salad. So I'm going to take that out. But I need to find some sort of dressing. Let's see what I have in here. Okay, I have some, sorry for the blurry. I could use this, oops, looking the wrong way there. Sorry about that. This Rosa pesto sauce is really good on pizza. So I think I'll have that instead of spaghetti sauce. And I'm going to have, well, I have these stuffed olives with blue cheese. That would be good sliced up and on a pizza too. So I think I'm going to have that, and then of course I need some cheese. So I have, this is already open, this Italian style. That's dairy cheese. Now I also have this mozzarella, but that hasn't been opened yet, so I'm going to use this on the pizza. And let's see, I think I'm going to use a little bit of this grated topping from Dollar Tree. So that's quite a bit of stuff to put on a little pizza, but I'm going to have a pizza and a salad. And before I go, I still have, ta-da, a little bit of the Gerard's dressing. And then if that's not enough, I'll combine it with a little bit of the ranch. You can do that, combine dressings. So that's what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. So look at all these ingredients I'm going to be using. So I'll be back. I'll meet you at the stove when I get my pizza put together. All right, let's make some pizza. So I use the Rosa pesto sauce. I got this at Aldi's. So I always keep these. This is one of my basic shopping things that I keep. And then I've got these green onions. Now these are the tops. I'm going to save these for the salad. But I still have these bottoms that I'm going to put on the pizza. So normally I would use, and I'm going to cut these at an angle so I have a little bit more onion than just little rounds of onion. My favorite pizza is mushrooms, olives, and onions. So, but I don't have any mushrooms. Well, I have canned mushrooms, but I don't want to open a can. So I'm just going to cut these onions and put these on. And now normally I like the black olives on my pizza, but I don't want to open a new can of those either because I have olives that are already open. So I'm just going to use the green olives, and some of them I'll put in the salad and some of them I'll put on the pizza. So anyway, I'm going to cut up these onions now, and first I'm going to put a little layer of cheese so that all my ingredients have something to stick to. And this is garlic naan pizza, which I really like. And this is a tray that I used to, when I cooked meat, I used to put this on in the pan to keep the meat from the juice. But you know how you can buy the pizza pans with the holes in it? Well, I thought, why not use it for my naan? So reinvent your kitchen things too. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this cheese on. Now that rosa pesto is very flavorful. It's on the salty side, so you may want to taste it if you're going to go ahead and use that. You may want to taste it before you put anything else on, like salt or anything like that. So I'm just going to put a little layer of cheese on here. And then I cut up my sausages, so I'm going to layer those on. And of course this is vegan sausage, but you do you. If you eat meat sausage, then you know, that's what you use. No judgment here. So I'm going to use those two little pieces. I'll use all that up. So there we go. Now I know I have some frozen pepperoni in my freezer, and it's homemade that I made a while back, but I'm not going to use that because I want to use what's in my fridge. So let me bring you a little closer. That way you can see better what I'm doing. Okay, so I sliced up, let's see if this is enough onion. Well, I'll put the onion on last. I sliced up the blue cheese olives, so more cheese, because who doesn't love cheese? Well, some people don't like cheese, but I like cheese. It's a good thing I like cheese because I had enough left over from the holidays. But I'm working on it. Okay, so we have the green onions with the olives with the blue cheese, and I had some olives with pimento too. So I'm going to put a few of those on. Stick those on there too. And then I'm going to put my onion on. And I'm just going to put that on top. So this way, rather than getting just little rounds of onion, you kind of get a little bit more surface. So I'm going to cut up a little bit more onion to stick on there. You know, reinvent what you have. If you don't have A, go to plan B. And this is why I say to stick to a basic list. Because if you keep basic ingredients on hand in your refrigerator, pantry, and freezer, you'll always have enough to make a meal. You just mix and match and combine everything, and it works out great. So anyway, I'm going to call that pizza good. I'm going to put on top of the veggies just a little bit of this grated topping, not too much, because like I said, the rosa pesto is a little salty anyway. So that's that. And then use whatever cheese you like, whatever cheese you have. I happen to have the Italian style, which is good, and I like to keep that on hand, whether it's vegan cheese or dairy cheese, it depends. I do eat both. But like I said, I have really a lot of cheese that needs to be eaten up. So there we go with that. And then on top of this cheese, I'm going to sprinkle some oregano. And this I have in my spice pantry. And that adds a good flavor. So I'm going to sprinkle oregano on there, because that's perfect for an Italian pizza. And I'm going to call the pizza good. And then I'm going to stick this in the oven and work on my salad. Alright, well, I cut up the rest of my lettuce because it really was getting to the point where it's seen its better day. So I'm going to make myself a little salad here. I mean, I've got the pizza too. So I'm just chopped it up, and whatever I don't eat, My dogs love lettuce, so I will give it to them. And the core and everything left over, I'm going to feed to my worms. So I'm just going to make a very simple salad. I cut up some more of the olives. I wanted to finish up, this is with the blue cheese. Wanted to finish those up. So I slice those up. And if you're vegetarian, now this wouldn't work if you're vegan because they had blue cheese in there. That's real dairy. But if you're vegetarian and you want to try to make your own plant-based cheese, this would be great as a flavoring in the cheese. And one of these days I'll do a video on making plant-based cheese. So I'm going to save that. Then I have the rest of these green onions. I want to use those up. And those were just the tops. And I have a little bit of the bottoms left yet. I'll use that for something else. I want to be making a stir fry in a little bit in the next couple days. So that's that, and then I'm just going to add a little more cheese because like I don't have enough cheese already. My cholesterol's probably going to be through the roof. But I really want to use this up, and then I'm going to cut way back on buying cheese because I still have a lot in the freezer, and yeah, I have a little too much. So anyway, and that's another thing with the no low buy, looking to see where you spend too much money. And for me, I like to have cheese on hand because I enjoy eating it, but I don't eat it like I used to, so I have to cut back on it. But anyway, there's my simple salad. So I'm just waiting for my pizza to be done, and I'll be back and show you my meal 22, my dinner number 22. And I plan to keep going. All right, here is my dinner day 22, and it doesn't look like I'm starving yet, so I forgot I wanted to put the avocado and the pepper and the celery on, so I added those on top of the salad. Put a little salt and pepper on and say goodbye to this bottle of Gerard's, but I have more. I really like this salad dressing. That's one of the other things I keep in my basic stash. So bye-bye to this bottle. And I like these bottles, so I take the labels off and I save them. I put Torani in there and different things because it's kind of a pretty bottle. So it's glass. You can save it or not save it. And then here is my pizza. And that will be dinner on day 22. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.